I'm back with another video from in the car again. This time it's not before work. I'm sat in the Asda car park. My wife's in doing the shopping because this one is asleep. So when she's asleep, I sit in the car, and so she gets her little afternoon napping while we're out, and it works quite well actually. But look, I wanted to make a video about a way that being the child of an alcoholic affects my relationship today as an adult. And you know, look, the purpose of these videos is for when I gain a little bit of knowledge about my experience, I like to try and share it so that other people can, you know, see it and think, you know, look, that's true for me too. And it gives us ways then to grow and manage some of the ways that we're affected. What I do find is that knowing this stuff doesn't necessarily stop it happening or take it away, but becoming aware of it can become like the cornerstone for change, really, and for us to try and manage it. And what I wanted to talk about today is how I struggle so much when my wife is having a bad day. Okay, so if she's not ridiculously happy and smiling and showing that she's happy with the way everything is in the world, I struggle. It makes me feel quite crippled actually internally, especially if she's having quite a down day. But it does depend on something. So if it's something that I can control and I can fix instantly, then it's great, because I will, because I can use the way it makes me feel to try and fix it, yeah, and set about putting it right. So an example would be last week. My wife we like to keep the house tidy. I say we, I corrected myself wrongly. My wife likes to keep the house tidy, and I like the fact she likes to keep it tidy, so we keep it tidy together. But she texted me when I was at work last week and said, look, the house is getting me down. We haven't sort of deep cleaned it for a couple of weeks. So, you know, it's getting me down and I want to get it sorted. So I was able to go, boom, right, okay, when I get home from work, we're going to do this. I'm going to take the kids out so that we can get everything clear. Then we're going to do this. And I set up a way of solving the problem and fixing the issue so that the issue wasn't there. And in turn, you know, my wife's negative feelings disappeared. So we solved the problem. What cripples me is if my wife's having a bad day, if she's struggling with something, or you know, she's got any kind of negative feeling. That scanning stuff that we do, and that ability as a child of an alcoholic to feel someone else's struggles or pains, or, you know, that energy that I know that I'm able to feel radiating from other people, it can cripple me. And when I can't fix it instantly and there's no solution other than to just ride it out, that's when I start having to really try and manage the ways I'm feeling, because naturally what I want to do is get it back to something that I can control. And even though I know it's happening, it can be so difficult for me to try and get a grip of it. And so what I tend to do is I become agitated, and I start to create issues. I'm on her all the time. Is it me? Is it something I've done? Are you sure? Is it not me? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And it becomes tiresome for my wife. And what it eventually does is it creates an argument. So what it does is it creates an event that I can then become back in control of, because having a row and then even making it my fault, and making the row my fault, it gives me some control back. So that's what I noticed that I do. I become comfortable in that, more comfortable in that surrounding than I am than being around someone who's not happy. So yeah, I don't know if that really makes sense, but the ways that I do, again, to try and manage this is to be open with my wife. So often when after an episode like that has happened, we'll discuss it, and I'll talk openly and honestly about how I was really feeling at the time, because I'm always able to do that much better on reflection. And the more I do that on reflection, then the better I am able to manage it next time. Certainly that's what I'm finding. But then when I'm in it, it's about trying to take myself away from the situation and trying to calm myself down and, you know, advise myself about where we're at. But it's, you know, it's an ongoing thing, and I do think recognizing it and knowing that it's happening helps our relationship, because when I was suppressing it and didn't know this stuff was happening in relationships, I would blow relationships up and just completely go the other way as a result of it, because I didn't know what was happening. So look, I hope somebody's gained some knowledge about something in their relationship from this. All the links are in here, of course, as always, will be underneath, and I am going to hopefully write a piece on relationships soon. It's all about finding time, but we'll get there. And yeah, so it's good to talk.